Morning, everyone. And welcome to the Wednesday class. Basti's doing the chat. Hi, Basti.
Morning, everyone. Hello.
It looks very decorative behind you, Basti. Got some few Christmas lights there.
Getting ready for Christmas.
Fantastic, yeah. Can you believe it, Basti, that now we're into December, which means we are on the 12th meridian of our epic 1-year journey around the entire meridian cycle?
Absolutely.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's
Okay,
brilliant.
morning, Pascal. Morning, Carolyn. Morning, James. Yeah, I just can't believe it. The year's gone so quickly. So, yeah, we're on to the liver meridian, which is the last meridian in the whole sequence. And so, yeah, let's start. Basti's gone off the thing. Let's just have a quick look. I've got my liver meridian slides there. There we are, liver. Okay, yeah, so point of the week will be on the liver meridian. And what I thought we'd do as well is we can just do a little kind of themed session on the liver channel, because the liver channel is really, really important. The liver meridian in Chinese medicine is really important for smoothing everything out, smoothing the emotions, and also it dominates the middle burner. And we've had some times over the last two and a half years where the middle burner has really dominated the whole. It's won the polls for the most needed burner to work on. But lately we've been getting a lot more upper burner and lower burner dominating. So we'll see what happens today, but I would just like to introduce some of the ideas of the liver channel, and we can start exploring it, because we've only got this one last month to go. We'll be in the new year, and then we're going to come up with a whole new scheme for the next year's cycle. Okay, so let's just start off as we mean to go on. We're going to just stand first of all and just arrive in the space. So we're just arriving in the space. We've got a whole hour now where we can just allow the future and the past to just be in the past and in the future, and just create this hour where we can just really just arrive in the space, work together as a group, and just really just get into a really nice space to take us through till next Wednesday. Okay, so I think the first thing to do is just standing, just checking out how you're feeling in terms of connecting with the earth, connecting with the heavens. Are you feeling that you're nicely collected down? Are you feeling that you're kind of floating up? Or are you feeling a little bit too heavy? Okay, it's a really basic thing to start off with. And then the next thing that I like to do is just literally do a whole body scan. So we'll go through a whole body scan and see where in the body we'd like to work. And there's two main things that you're going to feel. You're either going to feel an area that feels weak, that needs more energy, or you're going to find an area that feels obstructed. So there's going to be a blockage somewhere where you want the energy to move. Okay, and that's basically it, really. That's in simplified yin and yang terms. You're either going to have too much or an obstruction of energy one side, or not enough the other side. Okay, if you're feeling generally tired and a bit low in energy, you're more to that deficient side. And if you're feeling just a bit frustrated, maybe a bit blocked up, or you feel like you need to move more, then you can more over that side. Sometimes it's kind of a combination of two. So let's just do the whole body scan to start with. Just going to stand, relax, just feel ourselves in that space. And then we're going to scan through. Do it with me. We're going to scan right from the top of the head all the way through the whole skull, through down into the eyes, the ears, the jaw, the throat. Slowly going down and just feeling out, what is it like? Into the shoulders, and then checking out down the arms into the fingers. And then going down through the body, so we're tuning into the upper burner here, and into the spine. So we're checking out the whole upper part of the torso. And then we're going to go down, checking out, see if there's any tension around the diaphragm, feeling the digestive areas, going down, feeling into the hips. And then down through into the knees and the feet. Okay, so we're scanning all the way down. Okay, that's our whole body scan. So before we do anything else, let's take a minute. I'm just going to draw that. draw my whole body scan. I'll tell you a funny thing, when we do this in class and we're sitting next to each other and you've got someone who's done a scan and you hear this kind of noise, you're lying there thinking, what are they drawing? What are they drawing? What have they picked up? So I've got a bit of that going on for myself now. So I find myself scribbling on pictures. So it can be quite a funny thing that happens when we're doing it in class, when we're doing it on each other. Okay, so that's the whole body scan. And then, and then it's time for, I'll just give you a sneak preview of my whole body scan. You'll see just how much I need a Wednesday class this week. So that's my scribbling. Definitely could do with some work there. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is the 3 burner scan, just to see how we're doing with the 3 burners. So, and I think really a good idea today would be to check in and just see if we're feeling, how grounded we're feeling, or whether we're feeling a little bit more kind of up in the air and stuff like that. So let's do this. Let's do the 3 burner scan, and then we'll just check in and see how we're feeling in terms of how yin and yang, heaven and earth connection. Okay, so let's do it. We're standing. And let's go from the lower burner first this week. So we're going to first of all tune into the lower burner. We're going to tune into all 3 burners and then we'll do the drawings, okay? So it's lower burner, you might want to just close your eyes as well, just to tune in. And we're tuning just below the navel all the way around into the sacrum. So that's the lower burner. What is that like? Okay, then we go up into the middle burner. And then we go up into the upper burner. Very good. So now I'm just going to compare those 3 areas, right? Remember last week we did a poll as well on whether it was heart or lungs or both. We had more or less a 50-50 split with the upper burner. But let's just see, we've got lower burner, middle burner, and upper burner. Okay, just take a moment to draw those. I'll do the same thing. Okay, great. And now just checking in, finally, to see how you're feeling in terms of connection with heaven and earth. So what we do now is we basically feel how we're feeling in connection with the earth and with this sense of connection upwards. The extremes are not feeling grounded at all and feeling like we're going like this, floating about like this. And the other extreme is where you're feeling really heavy and you're kind of like this. And you just don't feel you've got any upward movement in your body. And ideally, with the energy, we want to be nicely poised between that. We want to have a nice feeling of solidity with the earth, which gives us a kind of calming, grounding feeling. We also want this raising us up to give us some more energy and a feeling of lightness and a feeling of being able to move, okay? So just want you to just assess how you are. And I'm going to run the polls. I'm going to run the 3 burner polls first. Which burner do you want to work on most today? Let's just hope the polls work, because they weren't working very well yesterday. Let's just see if they work today. Yes, they're working. Hooray! So let's just see what we've got. And the middle burner takes an early lead there, but we just never know what's going to happen when everyone votes in. Let's just see if we can get a few more people voting. We get up to like 70 or 80%. Okay, now look at that. The middle burner is taking a bit more of a lead here, which is just right for the liver meridian of the month. So that's good. Look, we've got pretty much an even spread here, but the middle burner taking a slight lead. Okay, great. Well, that fits just in with what I'd like to do today, so that's brilliant. Okay, so now let's just see about how we feel about your energy, whether it feels too up, too down, or let's have a look. Where is that poll? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, here we go. I found it. We've got so many poles now. Sometimes it takes me a little while to find them. We've got about 15 poles that we use for different things. So here we are. Look, is your energy 2 up, 2 down, or about right? Let's just see how you're doing with that. We've had perfect distribution curves with exactly equal numbers. And recently we've had some very distorted ones where there's been a lot more people feeling too heavy and too grounded, which means there's not enough yang energy. It means you've got too much yin and you're kind of feeling like you can't move, you're feeling a bit heavy and stuff like that. So let's just see what we've got. Okay, we've got pretty much, in fact, look, this week it's kind of gone the other way. We've got a little bit of ungroundedness dominance there. So we better make sure that we do a really good job balancing that out altogether. Okay, great. So thank you very much for taking part in the polls. I've got my books ready for point of the week. Look, I've got my great big books here. Yeah, really looking forward to using the liver meridian this month to really get our energy really moving and flowing, because flow is the theme of the liver channel. What happens with the liver meridian when it gets blocked is you tend to get frustration, kind of anger can happen. And when it's flowing nicely and smoothly, you can see clearly into the future. You've found no problem making decisions, and it gives you that feeling of kind of benevolence and kindness, and just generally feeling really chilled out and everything. So that's what we want, more of that, especially in the world today. So let's start. Okay, so first of all, one of the main ways to move obstruction in the body, or any obstruction, is through the shaking. So let's focus in a little bit on the shaking, and I'm going to do a little bit more of a liver twist on this. But first of all, let's scan through our whole body. Think about your whole body scan. Pick one area. I know where mine is. To start off the shaking, and then we'll spread the shaking out. And we're going to start off with micro movements today. So we're going to keep nice and relaxed. We're going to start off with micro shaking in the area that you most need to release. Okay. So we're just going to just get that shaking going. And it could be anywhere in your body. It could be hips, knees, back, lower back, or anything. Anywhere where you feel you need to just release. Okay, so we're just doing it, shaking it. And now we're going to bring the breath in. So we're breathing into the area. As you breathe in, we imagine the breath goes to the area that we're shaking. And as we breathe out, we're just going to give it a little bit more of a shake and get the release on the out breath. Okay. Okay, so I'm shaking, breathing out, increasing the shaking and releasing. Making the out breath as long as possible, breathing in. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're using a polyvagal technique, because we're using the out breath to trigger the sympathetic nervous system, which basically means that if that tension is caused by sympathetic nervous system, like fight or flight, or just getting ready to run, what's going to happen is we can use the breath to amplify up the effect of the shaking. So let's just keep doing that, breathing in and then breathing out. Okay, notice how much easier it is to relax if you do it with the breath. And that's because, again, we're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system as we do the shaking. So let's keep going with that. And that links directly with the liver meridian, by the way, because the liver meridian governs the tendons and muscles in the body. And it's also closely connected to tension in the body that's caused through the sympathetic nervous system. So we're starting already to get into that theme of the liver here, just with the shaking and the breathing. Okay, very good. So now let's spread that shaking out through the body. I'm just going to really loosen up everything now. Kind of shaking, but I'm also scanning through my body to notice if there's anywhere where the shaking stops moving through the body. So I've been releasing the shoulders, you notice that, and now I'm going to just move the rest of the body, and I'm just noticing that just different areas here where it's not really, the shaking's not really going through effectively, and I'm just going to use the breath to get that shaking all the way through the body, okay, and right through to the hands and the feet, okay. So again, the breath. Okay, and again, you feel that calming feeling there as we shake and exhale at the same time. So let's keep doing that. Okay, we'll do it for a few more minutes now. It's up to you really to find out where in your body, it could be your jaw, hips, knees, feet, wherever, where you need to just get a bit more shaking, a bit more space and looseness in your body. Just keep doing it, nice long breaths, shaking, getting that whole feeling. Okay, excellent. And now we're just going to relax for a second and just tune in, just notice the changes that are already happening. And you'll notice that the shaking is really amplified by that calming aspect of the exhalation. Okay, now going back to the poll of the up and down, we've only got 14% of you feeling about balance there. So we've got quite a lot of work to do on getting that axis between heaven and earth. And we're going to use kidney 1, our favourite point, on the Wednesday class. And that's such a great point because it can be used both ways. It can be used to help our grounding if we're too up, but also we can get the yin of the earth to come up through that point and support our upward movement. So it all depends on what you need, what will happen. But first of all, let's activate the point. Okay. Now, actually, I'm going to, because of where we are in the, I really don't want to take my socks off today. It's so cold and the floor is so cold. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just introduce, we'll do point of the week a little bit later on. But I'm going to just introduce where it is in the body as we do the kidney 1 point and the foot. Okay, so look, middle burner. You notice that we had it actually won 39%. Look at that, the middle burner won. Okay, to this week. And if you've got middle burner, the chances are that you've probably got an obstruction in either the liver and or the stomach meridians. And they run down this part of the foot. So what I would suggest everyone does is make sure that particularly this joint here between the first and second toe, make sure that that's freely moving. Can you see that? That this is freely moving, this joint here, between the big toe and between the big toe and this toe here, this movement here. And if you find that this area is really stiff and kind of not moving, that's an indication you've got obstruction in the liver channel. And just right next to it, along this part, we've got the stomach channel going down there. And again, so basically if this area of the foot is stiff, this area here, down this area here is stiff, that's directly related to the middle burner. Okay, so that's why it's kind of really important to get that area moving as much as possible. I'm not kind of squeezing it about like this. I'm actually literally moving this. And anyone who's had a shiatsu in the shiatsu center that's had obstruction in the middle burner will definitely recognize this, and you'll get this feeling when we work the feet. We'll make sure to get this whole area moving. So let's do that first of all. Excellent. Okay, and now once we've done that, we can get that kidney 1 activated as much as possible. Right into kidney 1. Okay, so we didn't have anyone who was very, very too grounded, but we had 14% of you said very much too up. So those of you that voted very much too up, this is your chance to really get your energy down. And we had 36% saying too up. So combined, we've got 50%, half the group feel ungrounded. Okay, so we've really got to do something about that. So let's just get that kidney 1 really activated. Hopefully the shaking as well will help. It'll just get you to move your energy downwards, and we'll just see how we can do that. Okay, let's get this going a bit more. Tapping kidney 1. Brilliant. Okay, and then the other foot, opening up this stomach and liver area here. Just stretching that area out onto opening up this area here, and then tapping kidney 1 here. What I thought we'd do on the last Wednesday of the year, what we'll do is I'll do a going sequence for you that links up all of the 12 meridians in one circuit to celebrate the end of our amazing year together, and you'll see how they all connect up into one amazing loop. Because we're on the final stretch of the 12 meridian cycle this month. Okay, so here we go. Got that kidney meridian. Got that kidney meridian activated. I'm doing this extra special job on kidney 1 today because we need 50% of the group need it so badly to get their energy down and grounded. Okay, so let's see what's happened. Hey, how about that? The kidney 1 effect. Now, the interesting thing is if you felt too up and not grounded, if you focus downwards and think through kidney 1 and think downwards into the earth, that will have an effect of making you feel more grounded, and it will just bring all your energy down. Kidney 1 is the major point that's used for kind of draining the head and clearing the head of excess. Okay, but if you need more upward action, you can also open up kidney 1 and imagine the energy of the earth coming up and supporting you all the way up and helping you lift up. So it can be used either way, but the main thing is to get that feeling of connecting down or up. Okay, what a great feeling it is. So now we better move on quite quickly to the middle burner. We need that. Before we do that, let's activate the lower burner because that's the supporting burner for the middle burner. Okay, so we better just do that first. What we're going to do is we're going to just do some going, connecting up kidney 1 up into the lower burner. Okay, so we're going to rub our hands together. Okay, I'm just going to tap gently up the kidney channel from behind the ankle up inside here, around onto the sacrum, and then down the back of the legs, and then up, and down, okay, and up, around and down. Okay, very good. Activating the kidney and the bladder channels. Brilliant. I'm shaking out. Connecting the feet down into the earth. A little bit of a shake. Let's get that breathing, if we can, down into the lower burner. So let's just see what happens. We're opening up kidney 1, relaxing the shoulders, placing the hand over the lower burner here, lower dantian. Okay, let's just do 3 breaths and see what happens. We're going to track the breath as it goes in. Okay, head floating up, kidney 1 opening up and connecting with the earth. Let's breathe in. Okay, try and get the breath down to here and hold it. And then breathe out and gather the chi or the breath into the lower burner. Okay, breathing in, breathing out, and settling the chi in the lower burner. Breathing in, and breathing out. Okay, now middle burner people, you might have had a bit of trouble getting that breath through the middle burner, because that's what can happen. We get tension in the diaphragm, we can get obstruction in the liver channel, and that can affect it. So let's do a little bit of a number on the middle burner. We'll see if we can make that breath smoothly go down into the lower burner a bit more easily, okay? So let's start off, and we're going to start off with doing the famous liver twisting exercise, to the head floating up. And we're going to look with our eyes, we're looking round to the left and to the right, okay? And I'm just going to let it go round. Okay, now if you want it a little bit stronger, we can just increase the swing, and we can do this tapping. This tapping here is right on the liver channel, around liver 13 and 14. Tapping like this, so it's tap, 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 and this one comes round and it connects again around the back here, just catching the gallbladder channel there. Okay, so we can twist and tap. Okay, excellent. Okay, now check this out. If you just press around your rib cage here, and I'll just give you a bit of a close up here. If you just press around here and just see what it feels like. Really, this whole area should feel nice and open, certainly not tense and certainly not hot or anything like that. Just feel out around where it is. You should be able to press in with a medium amount of pressure here without any discomfort all the way around. And if you do feel some obstruction, you've probably got tension in the diaphragm, or you could have some obstruction there in the middle burner. Okay, so just check that out now, just see what it feels like. Okay, and then we'll do some work on the liver, gallbladder, and stomach and spleen meridians, and we'll see what happens. Okay, see how that changes what it feels like here, middle burner. Okay, we've got 4 meridians that we can use for middle burner. We've got the stomach and spleen, and we've got the liver and gallbladder. The spleen meridian, by the way, is very useful for holding the energy up in the body. So if you're feeling too heavy and you're a middle burner person, then this could be your chance to just get that energy moving up. Okay, and if you're too far up and you're a middle burner person, we want to open it up, or even anything. Just, yes, we want to kind of, if you're too much up, we want to keep that kidney 1 grounded, keep that lower burner as activated as possible to support the middle burner as we go. Okay, so let's try it. Let's start off with the liver and gallbladder. So we're going to tap here around the floating rib, just here, which is just, if you feel around down your rib like this, you can just feel a floating rib there. There's an acupuncture point there on the liver channel, which is really useful. That goes up here, tapping here. Go down, tapping right into gallbladder 30. From this point, from the gallbladder month, last month, and down past gallbladder 34, and we go down onto the foot, and I want you to just hold your big toe there, because that's where the liver meridian runs. We've got the liver meridian just on the inside of the big toe there, and then it goes up into that place that we squeezed open, remember, when we were working on the feet. So just pressing up there. If you can reach that, that's great. And then we're going to tap up the inside of the legs. That's the liver channel. We get back up to here again, and then it's time to go round again. Liver, gallbladder, down the outside of the legs, down onto the big toe. Okay, squeezing the big toe, and then up. And down. Okay, and then we go down onto the big toe again, and then up again. That's the liver. Okay, so that's the liver and gallbladder. Okay, so now just check this out. If you have another little squeeze around here, And if it's much easier for you to do that, then that indicates you might have some liver stagnation. So if you get a chance during the week, you could repeat that liver twisting and the liver going, just to keep yourself flowing through the week. Okay, so that's the liver and gallbladder channels. And now we've got the stomach and spleen, which again link with the middle burner. So we're going to just tap around here. We're going to go down through the stomach channel, down through the abdomen here, onto the front of the legs. And I'm going to tap on the outside of the legs here. Stomach 36, the famous 3-mile point. Okay, and now if you need a bit more upward energy, people, and you're a middle burner person, here's where you can pick up the spleen channel on the inside of the foot here and bring it up like this, inside of the leg, and that's the spleen lifting up power. So that's a useful thing to know. And then we go down the stomach channel. This is used more for grounding, so if you want more of a downward action, you want to emphasize this one. Balancing out this is using the middle burner to balance out that heaven and earth connection. Stomach 36. Up to the inside. Spleen lifting up. Down the stomach, grounding and connecting down into the earth. One more time. Tapping. Excellent. Okay, and brushing off. Okay, so let's just check that middle burner palpation again. That means just feeling around. Just see what that feels like. Okay, interesting. So if that gives you more of a change, the stomach, that indicates you might have more of an obstruction with the stomach, because the stomach and the liver both dominate this area here, the middle burner. Okay, so you can kind of find out yourself. It's kind of a way of diagnosing which channels are affecting your middle burner the most. So let's finish up now with doing another twisting one and just see what that feels like. So we're floating up and we're connecting with the earth. Okay, let's do a little bit more of a twist. Looking around, opening up the whole liver and gallbladder channels, focusing on the middle burner. Okay, brilliant. Okay, now the big moment. Let's just see if it's any easier to get that breath down into the lower dantian. And we're going to revise our kidney 1. So we're going to open up the kidney 1, get a feeling of real connection with the earth, float the head up, keep that balance nicely between up and down. Okay, hold the lower dantian. And now let's just see if that breathing is smoother now. So we're going to breathe in, aiming to get the breath down into the lower dantian. Whoa, okay. Very different. Okay, and then holding, slow exhalation, keeping the breath down in the lower dantian. Okay, now if you had any obstruction at all in the middle burner, which is very, very common, even if you didn't vote for it, you're almost certainly going to feel a much easier kind of passage of air all the way down there, because this area is really important to keep open and free of obstruction. So let's just enjoy that another couple of times. Just enjoy that breath freely going down there through the middle burner. Kidney 1, floating up, breathing in. Yes, lovely. And then breathing out. Okay, and you notice that when we breathe out, we have even more strong feeling of calmness in the body and a kind of feeling of release, and that's again related to the liver channel, which is all to do with basically releasing the muscles, releasing tension in the body. So let's just do one more breath like that, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so before we leave the middle burner, we've already been pressing the point of the week, which is, unsurprisingly, the first point of the liver channel. It's actually liver 1. I've got a picture for you right here, and I thought we'd just do a little, as we've just opened up the liver meridian. I thought we'd have a look. Okay, so here we are. There we are. Look at this. This is just what we need. Liver 1, great esteem. Okay, it's related to the spiritual aspect of the liver, which is the hun, which is our spiritual path through life. So if you've ever had those moments where you're not sure what you're doing with your life and whether you need a clearer path ahead for your spiritual path through life, this is the point for you, liver 1. It's also translated as great sincerity. And the name refers this point's position as the first point of the liver channel, evoking the image of purposeful determination, and perhaps to this point's ability to encourage the expression of this character trait. Okay, so it's a point for purposeful determination about your spiritual future, regulates the liver chi, benefits the lower heater, which is really interesting to know, and it's used for all kinds of things like constipation, because that helps move chi, any genital urinary problems because of the pathway, and it also regulates menstruation, because menstruation is, after all, ideally a free-flowing thing. You see exactly where it is there. It's right on the corner of the nail on the inside. So I suggest that if we've got enough flexibility, you can always do this in a chair, but I'm going to do it standing up. I think we should definitely see if we can evoke some purposeful determination in our lives. Let's just see if we can do that with liver 1. Okay, so we're going to, you may have to adapt this by sitting in a chair or crouching down, depending on your flexibility. The point just on the inside, on that corner of the nail, just as you saw in the picture there. I just thought it'd be fun to just see if we can evoke that point function. Now that we've connected this, opened up this middle burner, I'm going to just gently bend my knees. Again, you can do sitting down if you like. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to pick up this toe here, and I'm going to just place my first finger right on the corner of the nail there on liver 1. Okay, and again, you can do the sitting down if you like, on a chair or even cross-legged or whatever. Okay, and let's just see if we can connect up that liver 1 with the rest of the body. So I'm releasing my middle burner, gently pressing into liver 1. Okay, and then just see if you can feel a connection up between that point, through the legs, up into the middle burner, and then to the whole body. Okay, and that's the point to activate the hun and to give you purposeful determination by using the liver channel. And I think what we'll do for the rest of this month, just to keep ourselves purposefully determined, is we'll work that into the foot routine when we do kidney 1. How about that? Okay, but there it is. That's point of the week, liver 1. Okay, excellent. So how are we doing for time? We've got 20 minutes, which is plenty of time to now move up into the upper burner and to just make sure that all of us in the group are perfectly balanced between heaven and earth moving into the next week. Okay, now lung 1, the lungs are a really good example of connection between heaven and earth, because two things. They connect with the air, the yang energy above us by bringing the breath in. So we need to open up all of this upper body to bring the qi in with the breath, but the lungs also descend the qi down into the lower burner. So there's the two functions that can help us with this yin-yang balance. Okay, so let's do it. So we're going to do is stretch this. We're going to do the stretch here for the lungs. We're going to open up like this, breathing in, breathing out, and I'm just stretching my arms. I'm taking this sideways view. I'm bringing my arms back like this and opening them up. And we're stretching up towards the thumb there. That's the lung channel. Brilliant. Okay, and breathing in again. Breathing in. Excellent. Okay, so now let's just do some tapping on the lung channel. Get that really activated. Really important at this time of year, particularly keep the lungs strong to help us keep away any colds or bugs from the outside. Okay, the lung is really important to keep strong, to keep us from catching colds and things like that. So this is where it runs right down into the thumb here. So if you look down your arm like that, you can look all the way down towards the thumb, through this part of the elbow here, you'll find the lung channel there really easily. Okay, lung 1 is just here, it's just down from the clavicle. So if you find the shoulder blade, find this crease here, that's lung 2, and lung 1 is here. Okay, so just tapping this area here will help open up the lungs. So this is really important for getting that Qi breath in, and also for protecting ourselves against cold. So we go down here, this is lung 5, really important point for the breath again. It's just in this area here, just to the outside of this tendon. You'll feel the tendon here. Again, it goes down towards the thumb, and then down into here. Okay, so this is the lung, and then we can make it a circuit of it by coming up the large intestine. Okay, so this was January, we did this, and this would have been February that we did this channel. Okay, and just to give you a bit of a preview of what's going to happen, is that the liver channel, which we just started down here on the foot, is going to come all the way up the body, and it's going to come up and connect with lung, and that will complete the entire meridian cycle of the 12 meridians going up and down and in and out, and we'll track them all towards the end of this month. Okay, but for now, let's just get this lung channel open. Oh. Coughing is good, it means we're expelling any lurking pathogens in the lung channel and in the lungs themselves. Okay, down to lung 5, and then we've got lung 9 here in the wrist, 10, which is for the throat, and then we've got 11 there on the thumb. I'm just going to squeeze down the thumb like that and open up that channel, and then tapping back up the large intestine channel, which goes back up here. And just do that 3 times. Okay, and then brush off. Okay, brilliant. Okay, we go here. Opening up lung 1, oh, such a great feeling. And you'll notice posturally that if you're feeling a bit sad, a bit weak in the lungs, there's a real tendency to hollow this area out, so we get this kind of posture. So opening out this area here and stretching back towards this thumb, that's what opens up the whole lung channel, you see. So it's really important to get that open. Go down onto the lungs and then back up, large intestine. Very good. Okay, brushing. Okay, shaking out. Okay, now if you'd like a really nice strong stretch for the lungs, we've got this meridian stretch, which is linking the thumbs together. This. Breathing in, bringing the shoulders out and back like this to open up lung 1. Tip the head slightly like this way to open up the throat, and we breathe out, we go down like this. Okay. Brilliant, okay? And then hold, coming out the stretch, breathing in again, breathing out, opening up lung 1, lung, bringing this first finger towards the ceiling, breathing in again, and breathing out. Excellent, okay, and back up. Oh, fantastic. Okay, now upper burner people, okay, if you felt a little bit too up like this, or generally those of you felt too up like this, let's use the breath, again, the descending function of the lungs, see if we can get the lung upper burner connected to the lower burner by descending the Qi. We've opened up the middle burner, so let's just check this out. Open up kidney 1, okay. A little bit of a shake to get everything connected up again. Hands over the lower burner, Relaxing the middle burner. Feeling that tingling feeling here, that's the lung channel being opened up. Feeling that tingling feeling. Okay, now let's try an in-breath again and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Breathing in. Hold it. And breathe out. What a difference. As you feel how much more open this is and how much easier it is again to get the air to come down through this part now. So we've got cleared the middle burner, we've activated the descending function of the lungs. And both of those things together just make that whole breathing thing so much easier. And that will help us connect down with the earth, and it will help us also connect up with the air here. So let's just enjoy that another couple of times, keeping it nice and relaxed, breathing in. Holding the breath, gathering it in the lower burner and breathing out. Very good, very smooth. One more. Okay, excellent. Okay, brilliant. So we'll just do a few minutes work on the fire element, the upper burner, and then we'll do clear the yang channels and we'll be ready for the week ahead. Okay, so here we go. We've got this stretch here. Let's work mainly on the pericardium this week. We're going to stretch back like that. Just see how comfortable the chest feels, like this way. And then this way, this is the heart stretch. Just see how comfortable that feels. Very good. Okay, always a good idea to get the heart protector channel as clear as possible. So I'm just going to do some tapping around here. Again, if it feels weak here, you want to go nice and gently. You might even just want to hold. If it feels obstructed or you want to activate it, then we can use more of a tapping. What I like to do is just get my knuckles like this and just get them between the ribs, so they're nice and comfortable between the ribs. Going like this, and down like that, into the arm, and then back up. Triple heater channel, which goes up into the shoulder. Okay, so here we go. Brilliant. Keeping this as open as we can. Oh, brilliant. And the other side. Ooh. Then we're going down into this middle finger here. And then switching over and going up the triple heater channel up this way. There we are, we're keeping that nice and open, right down the middle of the arm, down into the middle finger, okay? And then shaking out. Okay, and that should, let's just see, that should open out the chest. Look at that, nice and comfortable, nice open stretch there. So that's our upper burner, nicely organized. And now it's time to just put it all together. It's just, again, connecting with the feet, allowing the head to float up, just a little shake to bring everything together, tuning into those three burners. Nice, easy breaths. And just enjoying that feeling, but all nicely integrated. We've got that lovely open feeling in the middle burner. We've got the activated upper burner, kind of the heart protectors calm down. We've got the lungs descending the Qi down, got a nice relaxed feeling in the lower burner. And all of those things combine to just get us nicely balanced between heaven and earth there and bring us into that space there. Okay, excellent. So now it's just time to clear those yang channels. Always a good idea, because the yang channels in the head and neck tend to get obstructed. It's always a good idea to just finish the session by clearing it out down this way, down into the feet and into the hands. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so let's go first of all with the forehead. Just going to tap gently on the forehead, and then tap over the top of the head. Okay, and this is the bladder channel. It runs down over the top of the head, down onto bladder 10, which is on the back of the neck, and then it runs all the way down. So let's follow it all the way down through the back of the head here, squeezing the back of the neck. See if we can feel a connection down through the whole spine, down into the feet. Bladder 10 here, the one right here on the upper neck, actually has a strong effect on the whole spine, and it can also be used for treating the lower back. So what I'm doing is I'm just pressing gently into here, into bladder 10, and then pressing down along this edge here of the trapezius muscle, down into the top here of the spine around T1. Okay, if you can get into here to tap, this is really going to keep this open around this area here, because this is the meeting point of all the yang channels. It's right at the top of the spine. It's really quite difficult to get to, but if you can just tap around there, it's a really good idea to get that open. And we can do some exercises like squeezing backwards like this, squeezing and opening. And this can be a reason why we lack that connection with the heavens as well. So opening up this yang meeting point can be really essential to get that floating up feeling with the head. So if you're one of these two down people, if you're not already feeling totally balanced, then let's really try and get this area opened up. And then go down as far as we can. Can you reach? If you've got someone you're working with, you're really lucky, because now you can help each other out by going down the spine. But if you're on your own like me, you've got to make the best of it by going down as low as we can and seeing if you can meet up with picking up the bladder channel here. And then we go down the backs of the legs, down to the little toe, which is where the bladder channel ends. So it starts here, all the way over the top of the head, all the way down the back, through this yang meeting point place here, all the way down, back, into the little toe there. Okay, brilliant. A bit of a shake of the spine. Get the spine as released as possible, squeezing and releasing the top of the neck, the top of the back, and the neck area, by just squeezing up and breathing out. Okay, so that's the front of the head, all the way over the top, the back of the neck, down to the bladder channel. Okay, so now we've got the sides of the head, and this is more like in the gallbladder triple heater area. So why don't we just wipe our eyes now, just relaxing and pressing gently around the eyes. Obviously be careful if you've got contact lenses in, but otherwise you can just gently press here. Give you a close-up if you like. Yeah, so I'm basically doing this, just wiping and pressing. And the liver opens directly into the eyes, the liver channel. So the condition of the eyes in Chinese medicine is closely related to the liver. The liver yin is what supplies the liver with liquid. So quite often if you have dry eyes, in Chinese medicine it's related to liver yin deficiency. And if you've got a lot of redness and soreness in the eyes, or they just feel hot, that's often liver heat. So we want to just really relax the eyes. That's the link with the eyes and with the meridian of the month. And then once we've done that and relaxed the eyes, we can then pick up the gallbladder channel, which is from the side of the head here, just on the side. If you remember from last month, we can tap the sides of the head, and then we can start working down the sides of the body. So we've got the sides of the head, round to gallbladder 20, and then down. Down the neck, onto the tops of the head, shoulders, gallbladder 21, remember that? And that's another point that's worth noting. It has a strong downward action. So if you're one of these up people, we tap here and get that descending function of gallbladder 21. And then we go down the side of the body, down to the second to little toe, rushing off, down the sides of the body. You can go down the arms, sides of the body. Okay, and that's your connection with the eyes, the gallbladder, and then finally the liver, sides of the body. Okay, so we're clearing the head out, clearing the yang channels by connecting them out down through the arms and the legs. And when we do shiatsu and acupuncture is the same, we often do that. We use distal points, in other words, points at a distance from the head to treat the head. Okay, but we're getting a little taste of it in the Wednesday class here, taste of those connections. So now we've got the front of the head. So we've done the back, okay? We've done the sides. So now we've got the front, and we've got basically the large intestine channel and the arm and the stomach channel down the front of the body, which link with the front of the head. So we can pick that up around the sinuses. So again, if I do a close-up for you, we can press around here. This is the upper sinuses. This upper sinus is here, just pressing in here. Then we've got the sinuses here. Using my fingertips and my thumb. Stomach channel runs from the eye down here, right down here. There's an important point there, stomach 3. I think we covered that earlier in the year. And we've got large intestine 20. Welcome smell. And we can go around, we can check out the jaw. And all these, the jaw and everything is all connected to the front of the body, the channels on the front of the body, basically the digestive channels, you know? So in very simple terms, we've got the bladder channel governing the nervous system and the back, the sides of the body governing the twisting of the body, and the liver and the gallbladder, and the triple heater, and then we've got the front of the body connecting with the stomach and the large intestine, basically the digestive tubes. And again, all these connections go back to embryological development, very simple division of the cells and functions of the body that go back right to when we were tiny little embryos there, which is why they're so, you know, fundamental really to balancing the body out. Okay, so clearing this out. Oh, this point is so good for clearing the nose. And then we go down the front of the SCM muscle here. This is where the stomach and the large intestine channel run, actually, down here. And then once we get to here, then we can squeeze down the arms, down to large intestine 4, and then which is a really important point for the head, by the way, and down to this finger. So it kind of goes down like that, squeezing down. And then finally, just to finish off, we can go down the front of the body, down the front of the legs, squeezing down the legs like this, tapping it, squeezing down the stomach channel. And we are done. We have cleared out all the yang channels of the head. Congratulations. Let's see what that feels like. We're just going to check in. And just get that feeling of connection now. Nicely balanced between heaven and earth. Nice, easy breaths. Relaxed upper, middle, and lower burner. And the breath is just naturally going into the lower burner there. Okay, excellent. And the time is up. Thank you, Basti, for looking after the chat for us. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, excellent. Looks like you've been really busy on the chat. I'm just going to put, don't forget, if you're in the Norwich area, one of our community who come to the classes, we've got a weekend coming up. I hope you've heard about that. You definitely would have heard about it. It would be great to see you in class. I think Basti and Shakura and Kat are teaching this weekend. It's bound to be really, really good fun. In fact, Basti can probably tell you more than I can about it. Okay, good. James says, can I still donate? That's a very good question because we're mainly funded by community subscriptions now, James, but we still, I'll have a look into that and see whether we've still got a donation option there. because every little helps. Okay, great. Lovely to work with you all. And I hope you really enjoyed this class. And yeah, cool. See you next Wednesday. And we'll continue with the liver meridian. Thanks, Basti. Time to go. I've got a client coming in any minute. See you later.